This is Ausar. He's a rookie and messed around like this in a league called Overtime Elite last year. Meanwhile, Shai averaged 31 points per game and made All-NBA first team by messing with defenders. This is what happened when Shai tried to cook Ausar.
Shai this time goes left. Thompson.
I've watched this repeatedly, and it doesn't make sense because rookies shouldn't do this to all-stars, but Ausar Thompson is no ordinary rookie defender. To put into perspective how wild Ausar's NBA debut has been, he's just the 5th player to record 40 rebounds and 10 blocks in his first 4 games. And the first 4 were centers who all won MVPs. As a perimeter defender, Thompson was basically constructed in a lab. He's 6'6" barefoot with a 7-foot wingspan and moves like someone set the ratings to 99 while creating their player. I mean, look at this play. There's Ausar. The pass is long gone before he moves, but he gets there anyway. He has this burst that kind of catches people off guard, and he's a ridiculous vertical athlete. That's a crazy one-handed catch to finish a high pass. And on this play, he accelerates by Josh Giddey like he's standing still, then instantly gets his head near the rim. He's one of those leapers who can hang out in the air and have a sandwich, and you can see the explosion and then body control to finish on this one. Look at how quick he is here, chasing Klay Thompson and slithering around a screen, and he has dangerous hands when he's near the ball. And then 2 seconds later on the other end of the court, he does this on the putback, and he's so quick off the floor that the ball is in his hand before Kevon Looney's even left the ground. But I think his best athletic trait is lateral recovery when he's beat off the dribble, which means he's really hard to shake on drives. Giddey throws a bunch of moves at him here. That doesn't work, and he actually gets a step, but Ausar just pivots off the left foot and explodes back in front of him and then nearly blocks it out of his hand. Normal NBA defenders would be left in the dust on some of these plays, either because they lack balance to stop and start at full speed, or they lack the lateral burst to recover as quickly as Ausar and catch up to the ball. He's actually running in the opposite direction here, but is strong enough to recover alongside the dribbler and then crush any ideas at the basket. That means when he isn't behind the play, his reaction time is so good, it just looks like he's mirroring the ball handler. And that is a moving screen, ladies and gentlemen. Hooah! His recovery powers help away from the ball too. His man slips backdoor here, and at the last second he just explodes over to intercept this, and it's like a tractor beam just pulled him toward the cutter.
Oh yeah. Tractor beam.
This one's even crazier. Ausar slid over to help, and when he turns his head, Giddey cuts toward the rim, and suddenly Thompson erases it. And Ausar turned his head here and realized Giddey was gone, powered up that right foot, and exploded to the rim, and just crushed it with ease. Remember, getting backdoored like this usually means giving up a layup, but not for Ausar Thompson. This is the 3rd play of his career, and he recovers to stamp Jimmy Butler, then blocks him again before Butler finally scores. And that's when I realized that Ausar might just be a different breed of defender than most players. He keeps an eye on the ball here as he gets back in transition, realizes his teammate is vulnerable, and just superheroes over to save a layup. And he has nice instincts on when to help. He's guarding a poor shooter here, so he pursues the ball instead and forces a turnover with those active hands. I loved this play where he stays in front of the ball to destroy the drive, then instead of chasing his man back to the outside, lingers to provide much needed help, and finally ambushes the ball in the corner to force another turnover. So he has a nice nose for the basketball, which has helped him grab nearly 10 rebounds per game to start the year, which is absolutely ridiculous for a wing, ranking 5th in the entire league in offensive rebound rate, 19 spots ahead of the next best perimeter player in offensive rebounding. Given his insane athletic traits, like outjumping Kevin Durant here, and his explosive quickness and knack for tracking the ball, I see no reason he can't be an elite rebounder in the long run, which is incredibly rare for a wing player in today's game. Now, part of the reason he crashes the glass so hard is that his outside shot is, shall we say, a work in progress. That one grazed the net at least, and well, he'll miss by a mile 1 minute and then drill one in the next. All this is a reminder that he's still incredibly raw. In the same game that he was ignored into shooting multiple air balls, he also adjusted with this catch-and-go jazz step on the baseline for a little reverse. And if teams dare you to shoot, the natural counter is to cut into empty space. And again, he has nice feel for those pockets, circling behind defenders where he can crash or just finish. He also has these possessions where he's moving like 100 miles an hour, fumbling all over the court while his body tries to catch up to his mind, and then he'll come down and drop some absurd no-look dime like this, or slash into the lane and make you wonder if there's a trampoline installed under the floorboard. He also has good vision and is constantly looking to hook up teammates, although all the traditional parts of his offensive game need more patience and control. I have no idea what his offense might look like in 3 years, especially with his shot completely up in the air. But he's going to butter his bread on defense, and he's already really good on that end right now. Former All-Star Zach LaVine wants a screen, but Ausar powers through it, so he goes to the step back and not happening. All-NBA guard Damian Lillard needed a moving screen to find some space and hit this big three. So at the end of the game, he was feeling confident enough to try Ausar in isolation, and that was a tactical error. Former MVP Kevin Durant fared better against him, nearly making this turnaround, but later in the same possession, when it came back to KD, Ausar destroyed his Euro step, and even with Durant's knee creating space, this was still actually an up and down violation.
I want to guard the best player, I give it my all, and I want to contribute to winning.
Locking up all-star wings and defending KD really well is wildly impressive, but his shutdown of Shai in just his 4th NBA game was absolutely mind-blowing. All of SGA's stop-and-start tricks and fakes didn't work on Ausar. He traveled trying to get that one off, and Gilgeous Alexander wasn't quick enough to get by him, so Ausar just mirrors him here and high-fives the step-back three. This time Shai tries to shed him by using a screen, but he can't, pushes off, and that's an offensive foul. So in the third, OKC tried to fake a screen so the Pistons would switch, but Ausar's recovery speed kicks in and he slides back in front for a block that was probably a foul on the elbow, but Shai got him back later in the game when he headbutted Ausar, and that was called a foul on Thompson's face. So let's call the entire thing a wash. When Ausar went to the bench in this game, Shai immediately torched the Pistons, getting to his spots and going 9 of 15 for 27 points against non-Thompson defenders. But against Ausar, he scored just 5 points, going 2 for 8 from the floor with 2 turnovers and 2 more near turnovers that OKC ended up recovering in the best lockdown performance by a rookie that I've seen in a long time. I'm not sure how valuable his weird offensive combination of cutting, rebounding, and passing can be, especially in the right environment. But I do know that on defense, the sky is the limit, because Ausar Thompson is one of the most incredible rookie defenders that I've ever seen. To support this channel, check out patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. We have a proprietary stats board for players and teams that updates daily, a Discord community, and more. Thanks for watching this one. Hope you are enjoying the young season, and of course that you are having a great day.